"Ah, sovereign Lord, you have made the heavens and the earth by your great power and outstretched arm. Nothing is too hard for you." Now, in my mind, as I'm looking at that, that's actually two separate sections. So we want to divide out the first section, "You've made the heavens and earth by your great power, and nothing is too hard for you." And you can use those two parts as a model. So in the first part, "You made the heavens and the earth by your great power and your outstretched arm." Why do you think Jeremiah prays that? He's not saying it for God's benefit. I believe he's saying it for his own benefit. Like, he's in a difficult spot. He needs God's help. He needs God to come through in a big way. And so he's reminding himself of the power of God. He's reminding himself that God can do anything because God has done so many big, amazing things. So he's fanning into flame that faith inside of him. Jeremiah talked about creation. That's a good one. You can remind yourself that God created everything you see. But you can also point to other miracles in the Bible. Like, just be creative and think, what miracles do I know that God did in Scripture? You can say, God, you created the heavens and the earth. You parted the sea. You healed the blind. You healed the lame. You raised Jesus from the dead. Nothing is too hard for you. And if you're in a spot, maybe take a few moments and just kind of think through every miracle that you can think of to remind yourself that God can handle what it is that I'm facing. So the first part says, "Ah, sovereign Lord, you made the heavens and the earth by your great power and outstretched arm." Second part, "Nothing is too hard for you." And I think you can make that very specific. God, the problem I'm facing right now is not too hard for you. Like, speak it out. My relationship, which is a mess, is too hard for me, but it's not too hard for you. Or my depression, which feels overwhelming to me, is not overwhelming to you. Or my kids, or my loneliness, or my grief, or my fear, overwhelming to me, too hard for me, out of my depth for me, not for you. And I think when you call that out to God, it has a way of not reminding him, he already knew that, but it's a way of reminding you and getting your head and your heart lined up. And now that you've done that, talk about how great God is and what he's done, talk about how small your problem is in comparison. Now you're ready to ask God for what you need. So tell him what's going on in your life and ask him for his help. That's a great model. If you've not tried that before, memorize Jeremiah and then use that this week. That'd be great.